Hello, good morning. I think it's right to give a quick introduction as to why we're all here today. I'm Lord Bathurst, and the City of Bathurst in Australia was named after the third Earl Bathurst, who was Secretary of State for War and Colonies back in 1815. Well, in 2015, we were privileged enough to go over to the City of Bathurst and be, I suppose, what we might call a celebrity. What struck us was how friendly the people are and what a wonderful city it actually is. And on leaving, I made a parting comment to the mayor of the time, Councillor Gary Rush, over my shoulder, saying we really ought to have some form of friendship agreement or not, typically the way the British do it, never expecting anything to happen. But when I got back to the UK, 2 days later, I went down to the local farmers market and got talking to the new market manager who got in place. And believe it or not, she had done some work in Australia. And I said to her, do you by any chance know the farmers market in Bathurst? And she said to me, oh, good grief, yes, I know it very well. In fact, I'm married to a Bathurstian. Well, if that's not actually a sign that there should be some form of relationship between the two towns, then what is? We also found that there are a lot of other connections between the two towns. And as a result, I then talked to Mark Harris, the mayor of Cirencester at the time. He went out to the City of Bathurst thinking, gosh, this is some godforsaken place in the back of Australia, but I better go there as Lord Bathurst says I must visit it. Well, he turned up there fully expecting to see tumbleweed blowing down the street and found out that it was a most lovely, beautiful place. And again, he fell virtually in love with it. So we got together and started to talk about the possibility of setting up a friendship relationship. But it was to be more than that. It wasn't just a friendship, but it was also to encourage business, arts, education, sports, you name it. And the people visiting from Australia to the UK don't just do London and Edinburgh and Stratford or Bath, but they come to Cirencester and see what we have to offer here. And hopefully we'll be able to pick them up and show them around those little nooks and crannies of Cirencester that the normal tourist won't see. And obviously the same thing is meant to happen in reverse. Well, things have moved on from there. We've unfortunately had the COVID pandemic that struck here, which has put everything back a little bit. But now there is a memorandum of understanding between our two capitals, as it were, of which we're going to be signing today. And so maybe I could pass on to Simon, who could tell us a little bit more about some of the commercial opportunities that you've been looking at.
Thank you, Lord Bathurst. I was privileged to hear all about the friendship when I was working at university in Cirencester, and became intrigued. I thought I need to find something more about Bathurst. I've been to Australia before, didn't get over to Bathurst. I did all the usual touristy things, big cities and the coast and the sunshine. But I thought, no, I really want to see, you know, a bit like when Mark Harris went. I thought, I just need to go there. And I immediately thought, crikey, this is a lovely place, friendly people, so many beautiful things to see and do. And actually I thought I'd go there for a few weeks. I spent 10 weeks there in Australia in early 2018. And thought, oh, there's lots of opportunities here to develop the vision that Lord Bathurst and Mark Harris and others had for the friendship. And so that's really a couple of years on, really come to quite a few projects. What we've done is back in 2019, the end of, we launched a little, let's call it a little shop in the Visitor Information Centre in Bathurst, where we have a range of Cotswold goods and products and things on display as well, sort of really saying a bit more about the story of Cirencester and the Cotswolds in the wider area, our crafts, food, drink, and so on. And some of that's for sale. So Australians are buying things like blankets that have actually got a weave of Gloucestershire in them, and tea towels showing the images of the Cotswolds, and products from people that they've produced in Cirencester. We've also now have a more formal agreement with Hartpury University in Gloucestershire in the county and Charles Sturt University, where the Vice-Chancellor's office is in Bathurst. So again, educational links. So all those things that were originally the vision are coming to fruition in terms of, pilot projects, things that are seen, where we can develop relationships. But above that and beyond it, really, I have so many friends down there, people that I run with, I've cycled, I've done races in Bathurst. I went back in 2019 and did the Panorama Punish. So I went around Mount Panorama, which I've ridden the bike around, run around, raced around, and so on, and been to the races themselves, so the car races. So there's just so much to do there, and it's such an exciting place to visit. And I sort of, when I had a little speech when we opened the soft launch of the shop, and said, I think Bathurst feels like a second home. And if only you could go there again, and hopefully we will very soon when the pandemic's over. So it's such a place to go and to visit, even for a few days. You're always welcomed, and so many people there that really want to know about Cirencester. And we've had many visitors over here that we've taken around, and I've worked with Cllr and others to entertain them, and they reciprocate when you go back. So it is truly a two-way thing. So now I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to actually get involved, and it will grow as well. I'm very, very sure of that. So thank you, Lord Bathurst, and over to you, Patrick.
Well, I wanted to give my Deputy Mayor, Claire, who's done a lot more work than I have, meeting and greeting Australian visitors to our town in those not such long off days before the lockdowns and the pandemic. Claire.
Thank you. Yes, I met up with Simon shortly after his visit to Bathurst, and it was shortly after that we did start receiving quite a few visitors from Bathurst, which was lovely. In fact, I remember one day when we were doing a tour around the church that we actually were taking some residents from Bathurst around the church, and we actually met some more people that were visiting themselves from Bathurst. So we've seen lots of tourists coming in between 2017 and I think 2019. And I remember we had the annual Phoenix Festival where we had Jen Arnold over from Bathurst, which was lovely. So it's been really pleasurable meeting all these different people and getting involved. So I very much look forward to building our friendship and building stronger connections with both Cirencester and Bathurst. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claire. I particularly remember at the start of the friendship arrangement, a wonderful reception held in our wonderful parish church. We were graced by the presence of the then High Commissioner for Australia. We had a live video or recorded film from our Bathurst friends. And we didn't know which way it was going to go then. But as Simon has already indicated, this agreement has got meat, it has got teeth, it means something. And it's my honour and my pleasure to be the person who gets to sign this friendship agreement today. And so the very best wishes to you in Australia, in Bathurst. I look forward to a visit at the earliest opportunity, and I'm sure my wife does too. She's a musician, and I know it'll be great for music there as well. Now, I'm just going to, before I sign the document, just draw out a few of the important points and the contents. Bathurst Regional Council and Cirencester Town Council recognise the mutual benefits that can be gained through a cooperative programme promoting exchange activities and international understanding. And so we wish to explore opportunities for the collaborative development of research, the organisation of joint academic, cultural and artistic activities, the exchange of research and teaching personnel and students, the exchange of publications and other materials of common interest, the exchange of business and commercial interest, and such other collaborative activities that may be agreed between the parties. And I think that sums up a great principle and a great vision. And so I'm very much looking forward to this agreement this friendship memorandum leading to wonderful new things in the future that we don't even know what they are yet. And that's the best way to be. The key to all this is creativity, friendship, and cooperation. And those are always good principles, but it's really great today. So the date is the 19th, is that correct?
Correct.
Of January 2021. Finding the place for a sign. Right, it'll need to be signed by a witness, so you can all see that that has been signed. That's great. And so one of the highlights of the coming year will be a test series between England and Australia. And whilst as yet Bathurst, I believe, doesn't have a test ground, we can look forward to a great series after the tremendous series and the great match that's just finished between Australia and India. And if I'm a realist, I think Australia is going to beat us, but I'm a patriot, so I support England. We all hope to see you very soon and wish you all the very best.
Well done.
And a wave.